Hello everyone, thank you for joining me one more day in this experiment on learning to draw. Today I will not continue drawing these perspectives and square objects. Actually, I will focus now on starting to draw cylindrical objects. And so a few things is just to start to practice with the shape. And something I found interesting in the book I'm following is it suggests you not to start the drawing from your wrist, but to actually start it from your elbow, even if you can from your shoulder. And it does work, so it does gives you some more control. It's like controlling the cylinder from your wrist is way harder. As always, for your comfort, keep bending or turning the paper for you to be at ease. And as you see, the ellipse, which will be at the base of our cylinder, is like I can still not control fully how to keep it straight and on the same path. That was a lot better. Yeah. And as always, all these things are just practice. Getting to control your hands, your arms. Like, yeah, that's why you try to recycle paper. As with our first experiment on learning how to draw lines and straight lines. It also helps, like, this thing of not using your wrist, but your entire elbow. I cannot do it with the shoulder yet, but at least for the cylinders, you can indeed start the action but at your shoulder. It feels very, very weird. Like, if you think how conditioned are we, to write letters. All of this is really fine movement of the wrist, but I imagine we will get to that point later in this experiment when we start adding a lot of detail to drawings. Like, it looks like it, and from the book I'm following, like, but you always have to cover the basics first. So this page is almost full. I'll try to do a circle. Yeah, I'm not very good. So you need to try, like, this is full. Let's go for a new paper. Many things you need to try is, getting the circles right. And this is for the reasons of perspective. Every circle will, depending on how you look at them, from which angle, will turn into this ellipse. And this ellipses, you need to be able to make them narrower and narrower every time. That was nicer. Let's see. Also, something I should have been able to do is keep them of the same width. Still to be learned. And yeah, the last, like, 0 width one should be a line. So again, I'll start with a circle. This one is much nicer. You see how uncontrollable it is for me? How about yourself? A bit more light. Okay, let's turn this around. Also experiment like which way of holding the pen makes it easier for you. Don't be constrained to just say, well, I learned to write like this, so I will hold it like that way. It's like I just noticed like the circle goes, if I hold my pen vertically, having the arm movement start from the shoulder and a vertical pen, it does help making the circles. Like, you know, I have a lot of error. It's not always a closed circle. It's rarely, yeah, this ellipse, I pretty much get it. No, the circle is still new and impossible. Oh, the bigger one worked. Let's see again. No, that was chance. That's not a circle. That one is good. Yeah, single try. It's a bit confusing. Let's move it here. That's not good enough. And this is all training for yourself. No one will know about this many circles you tried to draw once until you get them perfect. You will know about my experience, yes, but unless you also make a competing channel on this experiment, no one else will. So, yeah. Don't feel bad of your first tries. I'm getting some shoulder pain now. This is kind of cool. It's like I'm working out. Yeah. What else? Let's draw again a circle. This is too full. Let's use a new page. Okay, let's try having the shapes within this. Whoop. Again. Then if I want a bit more elliptical, a bit narrower, much narrower, much narrower. No, this wasn't that much narrower. Okay. Even narrower. Yeah. Okay. So now to the true thing. Let's go with perspectives. So again, if this would be your eye level, a cylinder below the eye level, over like this, and you should emphasize this part, just the one that is closer to you. And then we make a bit wider and emphasize below, and a bit rounder and emphasize below. And things above the eye level, it's exactly the other way around. You want to emphasize the upper part Want to emphasize the upper part. Oh, this is too narrow. Want to emphasize. Yeah, I'm terrible with this. Apparently, I only control one size of ellipses. But that's cool. Now let's try making something which has a cylindrical base shape, and that's a glass. So if I have my eye level here and think of a glass, so a glass has a top opening, right? And then I emphasize this part, then it goes down, and then it has the bottom. Now because this is way lower than my eye level, this should look rounder, like, and let's make another level. So and then I put some emphasis down here. Now the base of a glass has certain thickness over there, so usually this is a bit thicker. Oh, sometimes your glass is not that cylindric, so maybe this is narrower. So let's try to make this narrower, and then constrain this here. So yeah, like a little glass for a shot, you know, when they are so narrow. Let's try again. So I think of one cylinder here. This is too narrow. And then you put another cylinder here and one on top. And then make this a bit thicker. Yeah. What else? You can even make a... What else is cylindrical? Oh yeah, like let's say a pot. So you can... Let's try to constrain it here. Let's try to constrain it here. Now a pot, it actually has they make this thing on top of them, and let's put the inner so to give it some thickness. And then maybe make the detail of putting this in. Yeah, beginner ugly, but it's fine. But let's give it a second try. And the inner thickness. Okay, this looks much nicer. What we want you to see is like this was the draft, and now if you're copying from the draft, like my brain had the information on how I did this. So the second try like looks a lot better and a lot cleaner. You can always this is what helps you compare, and of course later I should like put a new paper on top and make a copy of this one, having cleaner and cleaner lines every time. So that's it for today. I used all my time, and thanks for watching. Bye.